Man, I'm doing something, guys, and that was fun. I gotta tell you what I'm doing here. Got me a nice crappie here. So my granddaughter, she came out here fishing with me last year, and of course that's a nice little chunky crappie. Anyway, she came out and fished with me last year, and she's with us this week for spring break, and I'm gonna take her fishing. I thought, well, how can I get her on some crappie, you know, with these little bitty light jigs? It's gonna be kind of hard for her to cast. So I went and bought me some bobbers. I'm fishing with a bobber today. That was the first one I caught with a bobber right here. And I've got some wind, a little chop on the water, and all I'm doing is just letting this thing set up on top of the water. I've got about a 4-foot leader here with a little bobby garland, and that's a 32nd ounce little Strike King crappie jig, and I got a pink and yellow bobby garland. So I'm going to fish here for a while, and I'm going to move about and try to see how many fish I can catch today with this bobber. I'm going to call it bobber practice. It's been so long, guys, since I've fished with a bobber that I actually had to get on YouTube to figure out how to hook this thing up. So hopefully I'll get some more. Well, they just take off with that bobber. So much fun watching that bobber go under the water. This reminds me of when I used to fish for crappie like this a lot. It's such a fun way to fish. It's such a visual way to fish. And you know, it's if you have kids, this is like one of the best ways to get them started out fishing. And man, it's just so much fun. You know, these crappie out here, they're aggressive, they bite good, and you know, basically all you need to remember with crappie baits is when you buy crappie baits, you want them to you want an assortment of colors, of bright colors. You almost want it to look like lights on a Christmas tree. And when you do that, you're going to catch a lot of crappie that way. I mean, anything will go after this little bait, man. Anything. Here's a little white bass that went after this bobby garland with that bobber. I got to tell you, I know a lot of times you teach kids with a bobber, but it's still fun for adults too. It's Dalton, everybody. Crappie fishing with a bobber is actually kind of a standard way of catching crappie, especially in a lot of other states. They use bobbers a lot whenever they crappie fish. Reason being, you know, crappie tend to suspend a lot when they feed. They're up off the bottom, and having a bobber can keep that bait in front of them for a long time. If you have a little bit of wind or a little chop on the water, you really don't have to do anything. You just cast it out, watch the bobber disappear. That's the fun part. It's a very visual way to fish. It's also a great way to fish with kids. And the spotted bass out here, the white bass, the crappie, they'll all take this outfit. And what I use today, just a medium light rod. Any spinning rod's gonna work. I would say a medium light. I'm using 4-pound test fluorocarbon, but monofilament will work as well, as long as it's light lined. I'm using a Bobby Garland little plastic bait, a 32nd ounce Strike King little jig head. It's a crappie jig head. And what's cool about this particular bobber, it's kind of a foam, okay? I don't like the plastic ones. It's a foam bobber. It's called a cigar bobber. You can buy them through Amazon. But what's nice about this is no matter where you are on the lake, you can just simply adjust your leader length. So if you're shallow, you can adjust it to shallow. If you're deeper, you can adjust it to deeper. And either way, you're going to be able to fish and have a lot of fun with this. So I had a great time today. It was it's been a long time since I fished with a bobber, but believe me, I am going to do it again. It's great fun. It's sure fun to see that bobber disappear. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you haven't subscribed, I'd thank you if you would. I appreciate you all, and I'll be back out here fishing some more. I'll talk to you guys next time.